All right. Hello. Good afternoon. Let's see who is here. Let's see. ODM. Hello. Tell me. Or I'm not sure if that's what it is. But what's up, Lamp? Mason. Hello. Yo. LFK. Rue MC, hello. Prime, Rob, hello. Who let Diego cook? Thanks for the Prime sub. Who let him cook? Save hello. Rorschach, hello. Tomorrow is my 11 months with Mr. Diego. Ooh woo. Alright. How's it going, everybody? So today we're gonna be doing a Sat75 X build, and I guess I got convinced by Mr. Lamb to use Toper today, so let me get my, where's my cable for it? Okay, here. I'll move this away for today then. Oh, it's USB-C. Hello, Jurapika. Hello. Thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you, thank you. Okay, it's working, right? Okay, cool. Oldster, hello. How's it going? All right, folks. So today's build is yet another board that has pretty budget-friendly potential here. This is the Sat75 X, and it is a pretty popular. Oh, what's going on with this cable? It's like keeps like disconnecting and reconnecting for whatever reason. There we go. Wait, that's not working. That's weird. I don't know why this does that. There we go. Okay. It's actually I think it's the daughter board. Okay, so the Sat75 X is a board that starts at the pricing of $111, if I recall correctly. And you know, it's the plastic version of the popular Sat75. Sat75 has had 2 different rounds in different colors, with some changes in between. And the Sat75 X is a bit different in the sense that it comes with a different mounting method. In the case of the regular Sat75, basically it's a form of like I guess like sandwich top mount. Yang? No, I think this is an applet daughter board, which I think is like a prototype if I recall correctly. It's like from a while back. But it has like some power consumption issues with USB hubs, so I think that's what's happening. Because I have all my USB cables connected to USB hubs, not directly to my computer. Have you guys ever had these? These are chocolate covered sunflower seeds. They're a bit candied, so it's like kind of sweet, but I like it with just chocolate. But yeah, these are good. Anyway, so these use a gasket mount form of mounting. Right now we have an alu plate, and the board will actually, when this sells, this will come with a polycarb plate, and there is also option to get this Poron plate mid piece, and then of course, I mean the silicone one, sorry, there is Poron, and then of course here's our hot top PCB. The hot top PCB is 6.25U fixed, with regular caps lock and ANSI everything else. And pretty much it's fixed layout, other than I guess you can do split backspace, it seems. And as for switches for today's build, we haven't actually chosen. I have a few different options aside from the ones from yesterday. The only new option here is these. I think these are these are Anubis switches, right? These green ones from Durock. That's right. I think these are Anubis, Durock Anubis. Yeah, the Anubis tactile switch from Mechs on Deck by Mechs on Deck. So we have Anubis tactiles for another choice, and then from yesterday we have the Blush switches, which are light tactiles. We have these Texie sunny side up linears. Then we have these Casia JWY TKRS switches, which are linears, full travel linears that are factory lubed. These I got from Click a long while back, but I just never got a chance to use them. But so we have two different linears and two different tactiles to choose from. Oop, bag's open. So we'll put it up to a poll if you want, and we can choose one. What mod set is in the Pro 2? The modifiers are a commission set from MitchCap. They don't run commissions anymore. I think at least these days. They're pretty busy because they have kids and whatnot. But yeah, back in the day, it was commissioned when they were still running them. Alright, so let's do this poll first for the switches. So the switches on alu plate, and there is Anubis tactile, there is Blush light tactile, there is Texie sunny side up linear, and Casia linear. What do you guys pick? So let's see, I got like a few notes here from Cannonkeys about the board. So I mentioned $111, 625U fixed polycarb plate, hot swap PCB, silicone gaskets, carrying case. The encoder comes pre-soldered, so the encoder is the knob. The OLED is hot swappable. I imagine it's just these guys here. You can just remove and add depending on like if it's broken or not, if you need to replace it, right? So there's that. Mounting style is now silicone and pour-on configurable gasket mount. PCBs are backwards compatible. Plates are not backwards compatible. And then, you know, obviously this is VIA compatible, and they'll have silicone weight and silicone plate mid-piece add-on options, as well as pour-on foam and case foam add-on as options available. So pretty standard as far as options go. There is some accessorizing that you can do. As far as the case is concerned, this is I believe, yes, it is injection molded. Is it polycarb? I don't know if it's a let me see the product page. The product page might say if it's polycarb or if it's something else. Yes, correct. It is injection molded polycarbonate. Yep. It will come in various colors, from what I can see. I mean, they are teasing a few different colors. Let's see. They're teasing cloud white, which is this one, deep ocean blue, and then it says stratus gray and octo purple. And I believe the blue is a solid color, while the gray and the purple are going to be translucent plastic colors. Yeah. Oh, it's a tie between the Blush tactiles and the... Alright. Okay, so I guess we will do a toss-up on between those. I'll just do a tiebreaker. Blush tactile and Casia linear for a minute. Flip a coin? Yeah, I could just do that too. Do I have a coin here? I don't have a coin, but I have a CR2032 battery, which I guess is the same thing. Oh, no, I do have coins over here. I have a quarter. Alright. Let's say heads is the tactile and tails is the linear, maybe. I'll let the poll run though, but I don't really think it's gonna be that much different. What will it be? All right, it's heads. So it looks like we can use the blush tactiles today. I think having a tactile switch can be pretty nice too, though. Oh, but people are voting for the linear now. But there's very few votes. It's what's kind of like. Sometimes I'm like not sure. The sample size is so small when it comes to polls. As for foam, they recommend using pour-on plate foam only, or no foam at all. We can do no foam at all too. I think in a plastic case, it could be interesting to have no foam at all, because plastic cases just have very different sound to them. Still deciding? Yeah. So maybe we'll go with the no foam for today's build. Linears or tactiles? I don't know. I guess we'll just go with the tactile since I did flip a coin as Rob suggested. And I kind of feel like the tactiles might be a good choice for this. Okay, so stabs. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are just cherry stabs. So housings. 3, 4, and then we need to clip these legs. What is this genre called? Mega chill? Oh, you mean like the music? I mean, people call it like 80s future funk. I voted linear, but gotta respect the coin flip. Okay. Coin flip it is then. Alright. So just gotta clip these stabs. Actually, if you do exclamation playlist, I think the playlist is actually linked. But if not, I'll link it in the chat. Mr. Gam was the person who created this particular playlist that we have. Alright, so yeah, Gam radio is fun. Actually, the playlist that he made is so long that I've just like tried to be consistent in playing from where we left off, so we actually don't have like we have different songs every time. For whatever reason, when you put shuffle on the playlist, it seems to gravitate towards songs that already played. I'm like, why? I want to listen to new ones too. But that's the nature of shuffle. Okay. Let's see, where is... Okay, I'm gonna have some more chocolate before I start lubing stuff. Don't want to mix anything food related. My phone does the same thing. I think it doesn't know the true meaning of shuffle. Yeah, I mean, true randomness doesn't exist, right? But I feel like at this point we should expect it, but I don't know. These tables. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's get to it. So, actually, let me show off the case a little bit first, though. So it is injection molded polycarb, and as you can see, there are some key differences. Like, for example, we have these round bump-ons now. The case is, oh, we have like a nice tight USB-C port on the right side. So I know that in the first round of Sat75, people were like, "Oh my God, the port looks humongous." So that's kind of been changed. Otherwise, the design, like, you know, does look quite similar to what it was before. Right. We have a seam. That's like, you can definitely see it. But this one's the white version. Very light, right? Maybe a couple 100 grams, not even sure, but quite light. And then on the interior, you have these little chips that have gaskets on them around the space bar as well. And then on the on both sides. And then there are some over here as well in the back. But yeah, it's basically a gasket mounted. There are going to be different materials for the gaskets available. I believe silicone and poron to be specific. And then of course you can install a knob over there. Alright, so let's get lubing our stabs. Thank God you got the white one? What do you say so? I know that, I think, Alex got the purple one, right? I think I saw a post from him with the purple one. Actually, I forgot to check. The wires are tight. Oh no, they're pretty good. Okay. Okay. Anyway, how's everybody's weeks so far? You guys have anything good going on, bad going on, any Any news? Anything fun? On the one hand, I've been taking it easy. Obviously, because I did just finish what big work deadlines and stuff. I do have some other things to do here and there. I was asked to do some revising and whatnot, documentation, but it's otherwise pretty chill, like at least this week. Take it easy. It's going alright, eating brunch and working on my PC. Oh, nice. It's this week's like running hot here in the East Coast, so I'm not too excited for the rest of the week in that regard. Like whenever I, you know, going and doing errands and stuff, it's pretty hot. Oh, I need to update the build command actually. We're using the blush tactile switches. I'll update that in just a minute. And I also need to update the keyword command actually, because Lamb convinced me to switch keywords. Does the screen and knob come pre-soldered in? The knob, the encoder will come pre-soldered. The encoder, the OLED screen will also be hot swappable. So, like, if it breaks or something, you're gonna be able to just, like, pull it out and, replace it easily. Yeah, it's quite nice. I do think, it's a change that's definitely welcome. I mean, especially considering that if you have a hot swap PCB as well, for switches, then you also would want that to be as simple as possible, right? So it's good. It's a good thing. So these are Duroc Lush light tactile switches. These are Lube with TriboSys. And these have 63.5 gram springs and TX films, I think. Do you like that? Don't have to deal with ribbon cables? Yeah, ribbon cables do suck. I personally don't like ribbon cables, but I know some people who use them, like some PCBs. Like even in keyboards. Not a huge fan. Oops. Alright, stabs are done pretty fast. So let's just double check things are good. Okay, I see it detects. Okay. Okay, no issues. Alright, so shall we try no foam or shall we try with? I think I said we'll do no foam, right? So let's do that. You can always put foam in the case as well. Okay. Just try the stabs first. Just a tiny bit of lube on the right, on the enter key. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the switches. Sound best with no foam, IMO? Yeah, I figure the plastic chassis kind of makes up for it, so. Should sound pretty nice. Also, hi Upas, how are you? Doing well? Good. You have a lot of projects going on these days, right? That's exciting. I saw that new IC for James's 60% board, the Vita. So looked really cool. When will Dio get to build a Vita? Yeah, good question. Soon TM. I don't know. Yeah, but concept-wise looks pretty interesting. Okay, let's just check that it works. Okay. We're waiting on specific PCBs. Still got stuff to do. That's fair. That's fair, that's fair. I figured. Alright. I think everything looks good though. Okay, I think everything looks good on the PCB end. So let's go ahead and put this into the case. Let's see. Looks like it uses hex. Oh wait, small one. Okay, so let's take a look at the case here. So if you inspect the interior, basically there's these little chips sort of that have gaskets installed on them. So you can sort of see, let's start from the top piece. So the top piece has gaskets like that, right? On the sides, right? There's two on the sides, on each side, and then there are two pairs around the space bar, and then 2 pairs on the top piece. These are currently, looks like silicone gaskets. And then on the bottom case, they're gonna be located in the same places, so 2 on the sides. And you can actually remove these guys. You can actually remove the gaskets on the sides because they are plastic pieces that just attach to the case. Pretty handy actually, because you can just have these gaskets already applied to the piece, but you can just kind of remove them like it's like a Lego, you know. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. I think the other ones are actually fixed, right? Yeah, this. Oh no, actually these can also get these can also be removed as well. So you can see, you can remove the top one as well, just like that. Super simple. They basically are sitting on these little rails. If you want to look, they're sort of just like sitting on these rails. So, you know, when you flip it around and you install them, they just kind of socket into a little like rail that holds it. So pretty nifty though. You can actually remove and add accordingly, pretty much however you see fit. And yeah, so that's actually pretty cool actually. Just like the removable aspect of these guys. Really nice, really handy, and a way to customize things. Right now we can have it with all of them, and then we can sort of try different things. So installation wise, you know, this just pretty much just sits in the case. Make sure that the port is in the port entryway, but this just sits on top of the case like that. So on top of the gaskets. And essentially it gets held by the screw points there, these columns, the standoffs. And then it'll just get sandwiched by the top. Just like that. Super simple. And then of course you can install the rotary encoder knob. This one, it looks like it's just friction fit. So you just fit it and press it in. And that's pretty much it. So obviously just flip it upside down and close it up. you a PhD now? Yeah, finally done. Pretty much. Just need to do like last final checkout work, like, you know, documentation, documents, you know, like, yeah, document, just formalities at this point. Pretty much is what's left, but yeah, I'm basically done. Thank you, thank you. It's been a long while. But yeah, it's finally done. Alright, so that's pretty much the build though. Looks great. Actually it looks really nice with these switches. We can choose the keycaps to put on this. There are a few options. Obviously I have a lot of GMK sets and a few other things. I also have these other Cannonkeys sets that I was sent the other time that I kind of showed you guys. I have the Nigiri set as well as the purple Chonker set. So yeah, you know, we can do pretty much anything. I have switches, I mean keycap sets that would probably work with this. Let me see. I have GMK Camping Burgundy is something that's newish that came in. I have GMK Beloved that came in recently. What else? I have, you know, I have Minimal, I have Classic Black and White, you know, actually no, technically not Minimalist, technically Classic Black and White, my bad. I have, I don't know, you can pretty much name it. The plate of Sat75 X will not be compatible with Sat75 because the Sat75 X uses a gasket mounting method specific to it, whereas the Sat75 is not. And so the PCBs will be compatible backwards, but the plates will not be compatible backwards. Yeah. Unfortunate? Yeah, different mounting method implementation, so that part is definitely unfortunate in that regard, at least. So yeah, do you guys have any particular preferences as for what keycaps you want to see on this? I don't mind whichever way we go. It's a nice, very nice magenta-y purple sort of color to these guys. Good contrast on them. Nigiri should look pretty good on this, yeah. It's an interesting set. It's like, you don't get to see gradient sets like this. So like, if you take a look, let's see what would work best for this. So like, I would want to do the top, yeah, I would want to do the whole top row, right? So let's try that actually. So top row, and then the num row. It looks like it goes down to the next row. No, yeah, the next row as well. Oh. I remember nice UVT would feel a little tighter, but these are actually, the fitment is nice and snug. So these are reverse die sub. Pretty sharp. And I remember the first few sets of reverse die sub that I had seen, they had a lot of, they had a bit of like the bleed from the die, but you can pretty much not see any of that now. Okay. Ooh, they have scoops too. Okay, let's see. I like using scoops, so I'll put scoops. Arrow keys. Hello, Conan. How's it going? Let's see. Short shift. This email reminds me of the orange Neko-chan Diego has. Oh, Kiwi? He's around. He's napping, I think. Maybe he'll come out in a bit to start begging you for stuff. Cause he's been starting to beg really early these days. Oh, Kiwi. Man, I have to say, like, Dysa cherry profile caps, compared to like a long time ago when I first started in the keyboard community, they've gotten so much better quality-wise. There used to be so many cabs that were like super fuzzy looking with Dysa, but like it's really gone so far. Miss Kiwi, please come. Let me see if he's around. Actually, I can bring him if he's around. Let's see. Ooh, these are kind of cute. Oh, do I want to put the novelty in for? You know, I think the novelty enter is a little much, so I'm gonna do the regular one. And I'll put novelties at the bottom row instead. Nice. That looks good, actually. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this with artisans, but we'll see. Let me see what I have. Can you help redeem yet? No, not yet. I'll go get him. Let's see. Ooh, this orange is like perfect for it. I'll do, let's see, something. Ooh, I have this for like orange. It has some yellow in it, but looks good. Candy corn. And then something white. Maybe white and gray is okay. Let me see if I have something whiter here. I think we can do the Zoom blank. This one over here. Actually, let's switch it around. Little capybara and Zoom blink. How's that? Ooh. Pretty cute. Kitty where? Okay, fine. I'll go find Kiwi. I don't know where he is. Alright, fine. I'll be right back. Let's find him. Let's find him. Kiwi. Oh, yeah. Okay. Look, it's an orange boy, just like the key set. Kind of orange. It's the Kiwi. Hi. What are you doing? Wanna look at the camera, Kiwi? Wait, do this. Look. Turn around this way. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sit. Good boy. Okay. Look. Yeah. Shake. Come on. High five. No? Good boy. High five. Good boy. Good boy. Shake. Come on. Shake. Good boy. Okay. Get it. Oh my gosh, you're drooling so much, buddy. Drool. Okay. Kiwi. Get it. Up. Good boy. He's very gentle. He never bites my finger, like never like he's very gentle about picking up the treat, just in general. Okay. What do you think about this? It's orange, like you. And it has orange stripes, I guess. Okay, got a scratch. Scratch like dog. Look, it's a keyboard with orange. It's like your colors. You could be using this keyboard yourself. Are you leaving? He's leaving. Bye, Kiwi. He's like, I'm done with business here. Gave me what I wanted. I'm out. That's pretty much how it is. This is the life of a cat owner. They take what they want and then they leave. That is all there is to it. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. He's so cute. Alright, so I believe I saw something about features on this. FN plus press knob. Ooh, look, there's the words per minute mode. Is this just like... Oh, cute! Look at that. That's cool. Obviously the time is not adjusted, but yeah. Default bongo cat? Yeah, it's pretty nice. Here's the view from the side. Let me get the camera a little bit closer, hopefully. But yeah, all right, let's get to type on this. Pretty much done with the build, so let's see what it sounds like. Alright, so here we are, ready to type away. So this is the Sat75 X. This is currently basically like kind of like an interest check slash, like it's going to be coming pretty soon in July through Cannonkeys. It starts at $111 and it will come with a polycarb plate. It's a polycarbonate injection molded case. And you have options, add-on options for pour-on as well as silicone, foam, and gaskets for customizability. And it comes with a hot swap PCB in this particular layout, with the encoder pre-installed as well as hot swappable OLEDs, and of course the knob itself. Right, so pretty nice, like cool, very cool, like reboot and redesign, and more so like, you know, readily available design for this. And it will come in various different colors, I believe. White, navy, purple, and gray. Alright, so let's get to type on this. Currently with blush tactile switches on an aluminum plate, no foam at all whatsoever in the case. And yeah, these are light tactiles on aluminum. Here we go. Very nice. Actually, the plastic chassis does a lot of favors for this particular design. I personally think I like this sound particularly more than the aluminum counterpart. It works really well, especially with no foam. Also, like, it lets the sound to develop really in the case. So pretty good, pretty nicely sounding. Sounds good with these PUT caps too. All right, let's check out the mods. pretty nicely sounding board actually. For 111 and no foam and all that, like this will be great for a lot of people, especially for those who like do really want a knob on the case. I think the Sat75 was popular for a good reason, because it's like pretty much layout wise, it's like, you know, 75%, which is like right in between something as wide and long as the TKL, but also not sacrificing any of that functionality. And then now it being much cheaper and readily accessible, I think this will be a pretty good addition for a lot of people desks. For those who might be looking also to maybe do a gift or something like that, but something that's readily available and really nicely sounding too, in my opinion. So pretty good. And this is a nice PVT nigiri, obviously after the food of the same name, but looks nice. All right, so just take a look at what it looks like here up close. That's pretty much how it is. You can change the modes on this, so you can see there's the bongo cat modes here with the words per minute or none, and then you have off. You also have a screen that indicates your layer, as well as the status of the encoder. Right now it's set to volume, so this adjusts volume. And then you also have indicators for caps lock, scroll lock, and so on and so forth. Then the time it shows up, and then there is another mode that says the date and the time, as well as the, you know, layer and the indicators, and then back to the bongo cat ones. But pretty nice. The OLED comes with several different modes. Do you think that the spacer sounds too loud and hollow? I think that can be adjusted though, right? Like, I personally don't find this too loud. At least, I think it's about as loud as tactiles would be normally in a case like this. You can probably adjust it, like whether you use foam or you use dampeners, or you maybe change it to something that's more quiet as far as the switch is concerned. Like, if, for example, if you use like long pole switches, they'll be much louder. Right now we don't have long pole switches, but yeah, I think due to the nature of the plastic case, it does sort of let this sound develop in the case, and like it might be a little bit loud. I think hollowness wise, I don't really find it to be a hollow sound that's like unpleasant, right? Like this is, right? This isn't, I don't think like this is an unpleasant type of like empty aspect to the sound, right? Like I think it's more so the sound is just kind of developing in the case. It's not like a echoey is basically what I'm trying to say. It's not like echoey or like unpleasant. Like for example, in some alu cases or even in plastic cases, there might be like creaking, or in the case of alu, it will be like it like rings inside of the case, or it kind of sounds like a tin can, which is not great. Or like if you have too much metal to metal contact here and there, it'll like sound like, yeah, it sounds very like echoey essentially. And this doesn't have that. And in the case of plastic, like, yeah, I guess you would be worried about like whether the case is like creaking at the edges or something like that, right? Or like kind of sounds like too plasticky. But like this doesn't seem to have that problem, at least. So I personally don't find it like bad or obnoxious in terms of how it sounds. Sat75 X was built for poppy thonky sound, prove me wrong. Yeah, it definitely sounds like hollow in the sense that it's like there is room inside of the case. After all, you do get options, okay? Like these are all things that you can add on to it. Like you can do pour on plate foam, you can also, instead of that one, you can also do the silicone one. You can also do case foam in the inside. This one's kind of thin, so actually this one will fill the case just a little bit. But I mean, if you really want to stuff it, you can also use like shelf liner and other things in addition to this, right? Like you can just like pretty much compress foam in there. That way you'll get a pretty full case and you won't have any of that hollowness at all. So you do get that option. So and yeah, there's also going to be a thick silicone weight that I don't have here, but if you go to the product page, they also show it. So if you go to the product page and you just scroll down, there is a section that says silicone dampener optional, and that will pretty much fill the whole bottom case. So there's going to be that option too. Alex Oda's got one of those. Well, go and check out Alex's stream slash hyperlapse video, and I think he'll also, you know, show that there. So, so yeah. But pretty nifty. For 111, that's a heck of a deal. IMO, I don't know. I feel like there are so many boards now readily accessible at very competitive prices, and honestly, like, there's a lot of boards at this range that sound and feel a lot better than counterparts that you might have spent $300-400 on, and there are certainly boards that people pay $400 or $500 for that essentially feel like they're almost experimental, like First Designs. And so, you know, like, nowadays we have the benefit of having pretty polished, pretty well experimented and prototype designs for pretty cheap. And so, honestly, like, there's no better time to be in the hobby as today in terms of options. So yeah, I personally find this really nice. Yeah, oops, didn't mean to unplug that. And yeah, if you want to look at the side profile here, though, you can take a look. The side profile looks like this, right? So you have, you know, kind of like the iconic Sat75 side profile here. So if you know, these caps a little bit floaty actually, but I think that's just the nature of this particular key set. Perhaps I think the skirt of this key set is not as low, but I think with GMK this would look this would go under this line of the case here, the height. But also it's gasket mounted, so maybe there's a little bit of pushing up that's going on, but looks pretty good. It looks like a Sat75 indeed. And for those who maybe have concerns about what the port looked like on the Sat75 before, that's pretty much resolved as far as the design is nice and tight around the USB port. And if you're looking for a new PCB, actually, you can always purchase a PCB for the Sat75 X, and that'll be backwards compatible with the Sat75 round 1, round 2 actually. So yeah. So yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'll unplug it here. You can take a look at the bottom as well. So the bottom is logoless here. We have no logos here. We have no logos here, right? We have, you know, for the screws over here. Then there's a USB port, nice and tight around the USB connector. There's our knob. But yeah, it looks really good. Actually, if you look at it from the side, the keycaps aren't quite floating above the case line. So if you take a look here, from a certain angle, you might think that the keycaps might be floating a little, but actually, if you see it from the side directly, they are not. So yeah, it's a very clean. The only logo that you'll see is right at the top. It's pretty small. There is a small Cannonkeys logo, but it's not at the bottom, and certainly not in the back or anything. But yeah, it looks really good. 111 for this is definitely like, oh, nice work board to take, nice board to take to work, and not feel like you have something really expensive out there, and still get like a knob and F-row and all that stuff. And I'm sure the OLED will catch some eyes from coworkers out there and be like, what the heck is that? What's this screen thing about? What is this bongo cat? I can imagine. But yeah, this could be a pretty nice workboard, I think. Sat75 X. Oops. Come on. Alright, there we go. But yeah. Pretty nice. Very, very nice. Especially for someone who loves the Sat75 design, me for example. Easy. Yeah. So yeah, there we have it. That's pretty much the build for today. If you guys have any questions though, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I haven't put up all the VODs yet for the past couple streams. I should put that up. But yeah, the VODs will be up this week. For the past few streams, like I did the Cycle 8 yesterday, I did the Sat75 X today. I mean Cycle 8 yesterday and the Sat75 today, and then I built an IUTKL as well over the weekend. Then there's some other builds coming up actually. I have a bunch of client builds to work on coming up. And I also will be checking out the Float 65 that Space Cables is releasing soon. So we'll get to see something kind of different. That one's like bent metal case with an exposed bottom. Kind of neat. Definitely don't see like bent metal cases like that a lot. I think the last one I saw was that heavy metal board, which in its own way was a bit of a wreck. But at the same time, I guess it got saved eventually, but you know. It had its hiccups, that's for sure. Hopefully Cycle 8 would be better QC. Cycle 7 experienced some hiccups with PCBs. Oh, PCBs. I didn't have issues with the PCB for this one, I have to say. It was directly like detected by VIA, and I didn't have programming problems at least. It's also kind of simpler, I guess. Like it had, I guess, oh, I can see it being a problem with like wireless, for example. The one I got, it was wired and solderable, and I didn't have issues. But I could see maybe for folks who are like, oh, I'm gonna get the Cycle 8 and maybe I'll get the wireless version of things. That could be a problem, yeah, because, you know, wireless sometimes doesn't play as nicely, firmware and otherwise. Yeah. Problem is all 75s are starting to look the same. Well, I mean, that's like saying all TKLs look the same because they're TKL layout, right? 60% actually are probably the worst, actually. I think 60% are the ones that look the same the most often because the layout's smaller and it's just literally that core part here. The parts that start changing are like the bezels and the sides and things like that, but like you basically have to pay attention to be looking at that. But if you're looking from above, a lot of 60s pretty much look the same. Yeah. Yeah, but I think, yeah, I mean, this is generally true. Like, I've been in the hobby for 7 years now. Actually, going for 8 now. At the end of this year, I'll have been in the hobby for 8 years. Can you believe that? It's insane. Almost a whole decade. And yeah, the boards start getting blurred with each other pretty quickly. You go to meetups and they blur together a lot. I always find it a little funny in the sense that like people sometimes get really excited and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go to a meetup, I'm gonna try all these new things, and then they go and what I see them doing is just chatting with other people, and so they don't really get to check out everything, or they're like, I checked something out, but they was kind of all felt the same, all looked the same to me. And at the end of the day, it just kind of shows like, you know, you go to meetups and you try some new things, sure, but at the end of the day, there are keywords and like things will start blurring with one another. And things will just kind of look the same and feel the same, and you'll just settle with something that you like, and that'll hopefully be enough, right? I think that's kind of the healthier mentality I think to have with respect to it. It's just treat it as something that you'll be using, so if you like it, that's all that matters, and you know, you don't need to be so particular about the minutiae, which a lot of people are at the beginning. When they start, they're like, I'm gonna try every single thing, and I'm gonna like, yeah, know all the details. The Mammoth, yeah, there's that, yeah, there's the Jackie studio boards that were really big. There's that, it was like the Elephant was a 65. I forget which one's which, but yeah, those ones have like humongous bezels. Yeah, sure. My KV2 experience, I heard that the KV2 had issues. Yeah, that was unfortunate to hear about. I heard that they outsourced the design for the wireless version of the KV2, and I was like, interesting. They went from like a community-based design to outsourced, and it didn't seem to work out very well for them, which is kind of unfortunate, to be quite honest. What happened with Monocan and whatnot in that regard. Only feel like Alice keyboards have been making an appearance. That's because ergo boards have like an appeal to them, and they're newer technically. Yeah, 60% are not easy to design to make them unique. And do you join any privately run group buys? I've entered private group buys, yeah. But mostly private really just means small run because they wanted to just do a small run for friends or like they only are trying to prototype something. So like when you prototype something, it's sometimes more I mean it ends up being cheaper per unit to have, you know, a slightly larger account to make the cost a little bit lower. And you know, in that process you can also test things like colors. You can test things like different materials and things like that. So some people, some designers, especially like the folks who are not working necessarily under a vendor, right? Who are just doing things for themselves, they might decide to do a small batch run of things to prototype things. So typically it's like a prototype run, but you can count it as like a round zero or like a pre-production run of things. And in those cases, a lot of times it ends up being private just to limit the problems that you could have, like liability to the financial aspect, because if things go wrong, then it can suck a lot if you have so many. So yeah, I have entered a private run recently. Technically I actually didn't enter it, but I got a unit from one, and I can show you what it looks like. I actually have it right here. But this board I recently got. This was a small, like, friends and family unit of the RME 60. And this is, RME is a designer from Texas. Well, I mean, I guess. He started off in Houston, and I think he goes back and forth between, like, his homeland and the Faroe Islands and like Texas, but this is the RME 60 in this nice pink color. Just, you know, centered USB, 60%, pretty inoffensive sort of design. Has these like pronounced chamfers to it. And it's pretty much just standard top mount, no O-ring, no gaskets, just standard top mount with an H60 style PCB with a JST connector and a daughter board. It has a brushed steel weight that lines the bottom, and yeah. So this was actually run privately, so to speak. It was mostly like a test of the prototypes essentially. And colors and whatnot. Actually no, technically not colors, just the prototype. And you know, like people, there's some different colors. I think some people got like red. I think I saw someone post a red one and someone post a gray one. But I got this pink unit because it was what was left. I actually did not join it at the very beginning. I kind of got it later on, because I had, like, I basically said I was going to get one, but some things got complicated and I didn't pick it up right away, but it just recently got it in the mail. And so it just came in, like, barely a week ago, actually. So yeah. Okay, well, that's all I got for today. I got some other builds coming up, but I'll keep you guys posted on that stuff. And let's see, I don't think anybody in particular oh, actually, looks like, is this Miss Apiary is actually streaming, just doing some unboxings and trying out some new things. So we can actually go raid Apiary, since we don't get to do that often, in fact. And it looks like she has her cat, Miso, hanging out. So let's go ahead and raid Apiary Keyboards. But again, thank you guys. I don't have a specific date on when I'll stream, but I'll be streaming more often. I do have a lot of client builds and whatnot to catch up on and to do. I do have some new content coming up in terms of like, you know, new review boards, as well as at some point I'll probably plan on doing like a subathon type of event, or like a build-a-thon type of event like I've done previously, where I just build a lot of my own boards slash other people's boards, and we get to just hang out, you know, build stuff, and there will be giveaways and prizes and things like that. I just need to organize myself for it. I've just been, you know, I was so busy up till just recently, but I need to like put a list of prizes and things like that together. I have stuff that I've had around for a while that I didn't manage to give away before, and so it will be good to sort of clear things and have an incentive for people to hang out and participate, and that'll hopefully happen within the next month, I'll hope, but I'll let you guys know. It might be a little bit later, but keep you guys posted. I'll see you guys later though. Take it easy, and have a good rest of your week. Happy Tuesday.